would you think that a scale might help me determine if it's bigger or smaller?
Because it might not work because pumpkins are big. Even if you know that they're small, they're still heavy. I think that a scale might work because if I lay the biggest pumpkin on a scale, then it might go down, and just put it on a scale and let's see.
Okay, except hold on. Is the heaviest person always the biggest or tallest person?
No, sometimes because I'm a little short and I'm still heavy.
So, if I wanted to know the biggest in terms of size, what might I be able to do?
You can measure it. Oh, Natalia.
What might I be able to do? Aiden?
Measure.
Okay, what could I use in the classroom to help measure our pumpkin? Ricardo?
The rulers.
Okay. Ricardo, up over here there's a ruler. Do you see it? Can you stand up nicely? Come on over. Why don't you sit right, if Sarah moves over a bit, you can sit right there. Excellent. Okay, so,
Hold it up like tall.
Okay, but hold on a minute. So here's the numbers. So I'm holding it up. And it looks like,
It's 2 inches.
well, yeah, it looks like it's over here. This is our inches. So it looks like it's over at what number, Mariana?
9.
Except, that tells me how tall, but what about around? How am I going to figure that out? How am I going to figure out how big around it is? Jean? Any idea? How am I going to figure it out?
Get a measuring tape and bend it.
But I don't have a measuring tape. So, why can't I use the ruler, Sarah?
Because it doesn't bend.
Wondering if we could use something other than a ruler. A ruler gives us what's called standard measurement, like centimeters, inches, meters. But I think we can measure with some other things that might be easier.
A piece of paper.
What?
You could use a big piece of paper and then put numbers on it and then get it all the way around and see.
Okay. Anyone else have an idea of how I might be able to measure this?
You don't need to measure it. You know which one's the biggest, because if you find the most seeds, it'll make the biggest.
Are we sure about that?
The heaviest.
Maybe the heaviest. I'm not convinced. I see 3 pumpkins that I think are pretty close. They're all orange, but I see 3. How could I measure it without using paper? Anyone else know a way to measure the outside of my pumpkin, the perimeter of it?
You could get the ruler and then put it, like when you're done measuring that side, you could flip it to that side and then go that side, then to there.
Okay. But I think it's going to be pretty hard with the ruler. What else can I measure with, though? Mariana?
There's a vehicle that helps you measure things, and it can twist. Do you remember when I was building that tower with the blocks?
Yeah.
We had a vehicle that can go around.
Are you talking our electronic measuring tape? It did look a little like a vehicle. That's a neat comparison.
Well,
but you know what?
It's not tape. It's for people that can work building stuff.
Right. But you know what? I don't have the measuring tape with me today. So what else could I use in the classroom to figure out measurement?
I'm going to my dad's to tell you.
Oh, I know that one. So just wait for a minute. What could I use in the classroom that would help me deal with measurement? What else could I measure with? Duroc?
That pumpkin That's little and that's big.
But I want to know the biggest. So what could I measure with? What else is in the classroom other than like the measuring tape? Those are standard units. Can you think of something that's maybe not like non-standard to figure it out?
You could get a marker and then do a thing all around and put all the numbers on it and see what number it is.
And I could. I'm just wondering if there's anything else other than with a marker and a number that I could figure it out. Dana?
Maybe because you can use your hands like this. You can show how tall it is.
But you know what? Sometimes I'm afraid, Dana, that my hands are going to move. But your hand thing makes me think. Like,
How about you count?
ooh, as I kind of move my hands around. But I might lose track of my hands because I forgot where I started. Do we have any other objects in the classroom that we might be able to measure with? Aiden?
Well, when you do that hand thing, maybe you can like put like a little block in front of it so you know where you started.
You know what, Aiden? Can you grab the blocks?
Oh, maybe you could put blocks all around it and then count, and then you will see how big it is. But how are you supposed to hold all those blocks up even if you're counting?
Aiden, on the other side, do you see the white bin? Way over, Aiden. Aiden, other set of shelves, the white bin. Bring me the white bin. It has a bunch of them in there. Okay?
You can do a pattern so you know which one. But those ones don't bend.
But someone said something about the blocks that made me think. Like if I start here and I make sure that my blocks are touching.
And then you count.
It's a pattern.
Then the biggest pumpkin around, the pumpkin with the biggest perimeter, would have the most then number of blocks. But you know what? Maybe I don't want to use blocks. Is there anything else on my shelf I could use for measuring pumpkins? Who else can think of something that we use that might be able to help measure? Ricardo?
The gem.
Why don't you go get the gems, Ricardo?
That could go around it.
It could. But then if it went around, this is interesting. Mrs. Wedgwood was thinking that the headband might work. But then if we did that, this one might fit this one. But then how would we know which one was bigger as we compare that band?
Wasn't here for all of the instructions.
Aw, see? But
What
that would be
happens when
good.
we don't pay attention?
I know. Maybe we can just put how big it is, and then we put it on a piece of paper, and then we can see which one is bigger.
Right? Oh, that's it. And someone else had thought about something with the bigness on the piece of paper, something else. Someone here with the gems around. So here's what I've got. Today,